You'd be surprised. This all looks like expensive equipment, but it's not. Where do you want me to look, Rob?
Where would you be most comfortable looking? But if you want to look maybe at this screen.
Try and look at that. Try and look at the back of that screen.
Yeah, that would be fine.
Okay, so what we're doing satellite integration.
Yeah.
Okay.
Take a small step to your left, please. Gently step. And another little one.
I can't go any further. I got
Okay,
that.
that's fine. Okay, so satellite integration.
Satellite integration. Okay. On GROW, we've collected an awful lot of data from soil sensors in the ground all across Europe. And by themselves, they're very useful. So it allows individual growers to get their own data, or for individual growers to band together in a data cooperative to see what's going on. But what if we want a bigger picture than that? Well, the European Commission have put up several satellites that measure soil moisture remotely. And these produce maps. These are colour maps. And what would be really nice is if we could integrate the two sets of data together. And that's exactly what we've been doing on GROW. Can we take the satellite data and integrate it with the data from the data from the ground itself? This is going to be of value for a number of reasons, but the main one is that we can actually validate the satellites. I'm going to say that again the same way, you know.
I'm going to do two things. I'm going to turn this round so we've got white rather than gold.
Oh, okay. Because I'm not golden for complexion, have I?
Just make sure and keep that shining up the way. Now, one thing that I am conscious of is our use of language. And I'm just wondering whether we want to... I know when you're saying can we, you're meaning it in the sense of it's almost rhetorical because you're about to answer that. But rather than say can we, you need to say what we've been able to do,
yeah.
Or
yeah.
What we've been able to do. So,
yeah.
So we're trying to remove any kind of...
I might not be able to do that, but I'll give it a go.
No, but I'm just saying if we can try and go,
I can try.
What we've been able to do, or what GROW has achieved.
Okay.
Or, you know,
okay.
so it's we're talking about it in present tense.
Yeah.
Not
past tense.
Too many questions.
Okay. Is it still running?
We are, yes.
You don't mind redoing stuff, so you'll just reclip it together, won't you? Yeah. Okay. On GROW, we've collected an awful lot of data from sensors. These sensors are in the ground and they've been put there by our participants. This is all very well and very useful. It's useful for individual participants because they can get a hold of their own data. Or they can band together into groups of people called data collectives. But what if we want a bigger picture? The European Union have put up a number of satellites that measure soil moisture remotely. And what we've been able to... Sorry.
That's fine, you can pick up from there.
The European Union have put up a number of satellites that measure soil moisture remotely. And what we've been able to do is combine those sets of data together. So we get the pixels from the satellites. So we get the pixels from the satellites and the data from the ground, and we can use these to attempt to validate the satellite data. And then I'm going to go on to talk about what validation means.
Yeah,
okay.
That's good because now I understand it. Unfortunately, I had to stand in a windy balcony and take a big circle to get to that point. Thanks.
Okay.
But we get there in the end.
So is this going to be clipped together into the same piece, or...?
It's likely that there will be
stages.
Yeah.
Separate little key achievements that are strung together.
Okay, so but what I'm about to say, will it follow on from the previous one directly?
Yes.
It won't be a break in
other
between.
In order.
Okay, so there won't be any.
Well, there might be like a little. There might be some sort of introduction in between each one, but they'll.
Okay.
They're in the same order on the list, if you see what I mean.
Yeah. Okay. On GROW, we've combined the data from the satellites with the data from the sensors in the ground. And the idea is we've validated that the sensor... Sorry, say it again.
Let this line go fast as well.
Oh yeah, oh crikey.
Take your time.
Yeah. Do you want me to start from the top?
Oh, for this section, please.
Sorry? Yeah. Okay.
Cool. Could you just take a small step back, Jane?
Yeah.
That's it.
In the GROW project, we've combined data from satellites and sensors in the ground. And you've used... Sorry.
Typical.
There's a bike, isn't it?
Yeah, probably in Amsterdam there.
I could swear that didn't put me off, but it did.
Right, we'll let this
So-
van go and then we'll
Oh, God, I got a van there as well. Oh, that one there. Okay.
Okay, and again, just take your time.
Okay. In the Grow Observatory, we've combined data from satellites in the sky and sensors that are in the ground that have been put there by our participants. And we're using them to validate the data from the satellites. What this means is we're using mathematical processes to decide if the satellites are as accurate as the sensors in the ground. And of course, we've had to also test the sensors in the ground. Are they accurate by themselves? What we found is that the picture is slightly more complicated than we expected. For some satellites, we get a good correlation, meaning they're the same. And for other satellites, it's slightly less. And this is really down to what we call the pixel size. And the pixel size is the size of the square on the ground. The bigger it is, the less correlation we see. So this is going to need further investigation by us, which we're hoping to do in the next couple of months. I know I shouldn't say that, but we are. Do you want me to say that or not?
To be honest, I'll probably cut you at
Okay.
when you just describe the difference between
Yeah.
the correlation.
Okay.
I
That's
think
really
we
interesting.
came to a natural full stop at that point.
Okay.
To do with the size of the square on the ground.
Yeah.
I'll probably cut you
Okay,
there
that's fine.
because it is essentially a wrapping up
Yeah.
Selling thing rather
Yeah.
than
Yeah. That's fine. Yeah.
thing.
rather than
Just don't chop my
caveat.
words into random order. So I say the Grow
Yeah.
project was a waste of time and we never
Yeah.
should have started.
I
And
don't need
everyone's
to
now
know
in a
because you
really
just
bad
said
mood.
it.
Oh no. Yeah, do
Everyone started drinking more.
a deep fake on me.
That sounds rude. What's that?
Deep
Am I
fake?
showing my computer ignorance?
Deep fake. Have you not seen these?
No.
They are machine-generated videos of people that you can't tell the difference, and you can literally put any words into the mouth of someone, and they've started to get so good you can't see the difference between that and the real thing.
That's scary in terms of how
It's
that
very
could be used
scary.
politically.
You look it up. People have done it. They've taken Obama and they've made him say
Yeah, I was
completely
gonna
obscene
say.
things. Not
Yeah.
not obscene things, but
You can
things
take
you'd never say.
Nelson Mandela and say, yeah, just all go out there and be racist. It's
Exactly.
great.
Yeah, and it's very difficult. You can't tell the difference.
Where does that leave actors?
Well, yeah, exactly. Well, where does it leave news and everything
No,
else?
I know I should be thinking about
Truth.
something beyond actors,
Yeah.
but
This is the thing too. I was thinking this today. This is all going to accumulate in people not knowing